Okay, guys, here we are getting live again on YouTube. And here we are on Wednesday, I believe it's the 12th of March, 2025. Hard to keep up with the days. Hard to believe that we're already in the third quarter of the year, almost completed the first quarter of the year. And without any further ado, let's just go over and look at the charts and see what's going on. And so here we are, and looking at gold. I won't even bother to review the news chart. I think most of you know that we just had that news on the U.S. economy, the CPI, and it was several items, three items that were all in red, slightly bad news. The actual was just a little bit less than forecast on all three items. So the news was slightly bad for the U.S. Economy. And of course, that means that gold should go up, which it did initially. Okay, that's what we expect, but it lasted about a couple of minutes and then gold started coming down. Oh, crazy, isn't it? So I don't know if you've been having trouble trading gold or not. I think you probably have. Everybody has. And what we're looking at here is I've zoomed out and you can see this, it's just been sideways, okay, for 10 days. Well, seven actual trading days, but that's 2 weeks of trading that we've been sideways. Very, very frustrating, except for a couple of, just a little bump up above the range. And then this drop below, the big drop we had below on Monday. But then we climbed right back up to this range that it likes. This is kind of its cozy area where it's been for 7 trading days or 10 days, 2 weeks of trading. And it's really been in that cozy zone today. Since the U.S. session last night, just all sideways, just hardly any movement at all. And then today, a little bit of movement up. Looked like it might, the bulls might have control, but they lost control. Then the bears took over. As you can see, as I zoom in a little bit here, the bears took over control. And then it looks like the news sort of had an impact, and then it didn't have an impact. Oh my goodness, what's going on with gold? And really, guys, you just have to be patient. You just have to sit on your hands. And it's not me or you or millions of retail traders out there that are having trouble. There's a lot of uncertainty in the markets with this person in the White House that keeps coming out with all this stuff that's going to do this and then not going to do that. And it just caused a lot of confusion worldwide with businesses, with economies, with the markets. And what can we do? It is what it is. And all we can do is, most importantly, always protect your capital. Always use a stop loss. Okay, always protect your capital. And it's best in these times if you just be sure and trade small. Don't think, if you thought, well, that was bad news and gold has to go up, so you took a big trade, well, you got clobbered because it came right back down and probably hit your stop loss. If you had a stop loss, I hope you did. All right, but don't overtrade. Don't trade big. Trade, manage your account properly with 1 to 2%, no more than that. Don't risk too much on a trade, especially with gold. All right. And what's gold going to do? Well, we're just waiting for it to break out of this range. What can we do? We have to wait for the price to tell us what it's going to do. And right now we have a minor resistance at 29.20. That's this yellow line you see there. Minor resistance at 29.20 right there. And if we break above that, then we will likely head to 29.30, where we have a double top. Okay, a double top within the last couple of weeks, and it hasn't been able to go higher than 29.30. That's our major resistance level. If we can break above that, then we'll start to see higher prices. And I mean break above it and close above it, not just break above and come back down. Okay, it needs to break above and close above. But if we should start heading down, then our major support level is 2,900, as you can see. And it's done that a couple of times. Here it tried to go further but couldn't. And then on Monday, as we all know, it went down to 2880, and that's our next major support level. So if it heads towards 2,900, you'll find some support there. The buyers are waiting, but if the sellers are powerful enough, then they will push it on down, and our next support level will be 2880. So what can I tell you to do? I'm not going to give you a signal. I'm not going to give you a trade because we just don't know. We have to sit on our hands and wait. and just be patient. You know, we will get some more of these nice big runs that we've had in the past, whether it be a nice long bearish run or a nice long bullish run. We will get more of those, but it's just not happening right now. And that's all we can do. Is just wait and see. And then let's look over at the pound New Zealand. Same thing. Okay, I had a couple of good bearish trades here after it broke my trend line, and then it went back up. I got another couple of good trades here, and now I'm waiting again. Because you see, even the currencies, yesterday and today, this is just sideways. I can't do anything. I'm waiting for it to break this trend line, and then I will go short. All right, that's my strategy. That's my plan. But for now, I just wait. In fact, I don't think there will be any trade today. Okay, oil is making a good move. I had a good trade on oil today. Made about 50 bucks on that one. Just a short trade over about 2 or 3 hours. Okay, this one has broken above my trend line. So I went long on oil, and it's made a good move up. I took my profit. I closed out because it started to look like it was going to bounce off of this trend line that I have here. It's a previous trend line from a couple of weeks ago, and it looked like it was going to bounce off of that. And it now we're getting a small red candle there, so had some good profit on oil if anybody trades that. Look at Bitcoin right quickly, and I don't know, what can you say about Bitcoin? When is it going to get back up to those highs that we had up here? You know, 96,000. That's a couple of weeks ago, but it fell down just yesterday to 76,000. But now trading at 82,800. So we'll just leave it alone. Don't worry about it. If you're trading, now's a good time to buy. Yeah, sure. And then if you buy at around 82,000, and then the next level would be my trend line here, which is about 86,000. And then, of course, we hope it can break above the trend line and then go on up to 90,000. But I will be waiting for it to break this trend line at 86 before I take any trade, and then maybe get something between 86 and 90,000. All right, let's quickly look at the major pairs. Yeah, not much you can say. A lot of sideways movement. This is just sideways. Then we had a good run yesterday, and then sideways again today and yesterday. And the odd US, well, you know, you get these big moves because that was the bad news that came out for the for the US dollar, and so the odd US shot up like a rocket, and then came right back down. And so it's been sideways yesterday and today, except for that little move on the news, that knee-jerk reaction to the news. Same thing with the New Zealand US and the pound US, all making a knee-jerk reaction to the news. And then the USD CAD, now we just had some news on the Canadian economy. It was the interest rate. It doesn't seem to have had much impact. That's probably because it was already priced in. I'm still expecting the USD CAD to come down to lower prices as the US dollar weakens. And I mean, you know, we're at these very high prices, $1.44 up here with $1.45. And these are just really high prices for the USD CAD. The UJ hasn't worked out for me this week. I had a sell limit for you guys on Sunday, and it's just turned around and gone the opposite direction. And that's because if you look at the JPY basket, the JPY had some bad news come out this week in the beginning of the week, and it's been dropping off. It will recover, okay, but hasn't happened yet. All right, it takes a couple of days and maybe even for the rest of the week before we start to see some recovery in the Japanese yen. But let's, of course, look at the DXY, which is the US dollar index, and that's the US dollar compared with 6 major currency pairs. And this is what's happening. Lower, 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 lower. And we're going to continue to see lower prices with the US dollar. Okay, now it tried to make on this bad news that came out, it's tried to make a move up. Explain that to me. Bad news for the US economy and the US dollar gets stronger. But this is just short-lived. This is just a reaction to the news. And you see, you're already getting 2 red candles here on the 1-hour chart. So this will start to come down again, and we're now at 103.7 on the US dollar index, and that will come on down to 102, 101, 100 in the coming days and in the coming weeks. We're going to see more decline in the US dollar for sure. But that doesn't really knowing that doesn't really help us with our trading because everything is there's so much uncertainty in the markets, and we just have to be very, very cautious in these times until if and when things start to settle down. And even now that Wall Street has been open for 45 minutes, not getting much movement in gold, even right now. So maybe as the session progresses, then we'll get a little bit more action, maybe higher prices, maybe lower prices. It's been sideways all day, so I'm not really expecting too much. Okay, guys, that's it for me. I hope that this has helped you a little bit. I don't know if anything can help you a little bit. You just have to be patient. The trading in these times is all about mindset. That's where your success will be, is mindset. Don't chase the candles. Don't get excited when the news comes out and you see a big rocket move because you're likely going to get whacked. You're going to get stopped out. Just be patient. Follow the strategy that you have. Let the price tell you what it's going to do, and then take a small trade based on your strategy. And of course, always protect your capital. All right. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, love, and share this wherever you're watching. And I will see you again same time tomorrow.